Hey, welcome back to the JOWP podcast. Today we have the best rap album special. With me today, I have the resident, our only other African American boy in the JOWP podcast, Gabe.
Hello, hello.
And
Also,
go on.
uh, I was gonna say, just like to more clarify, it's like from doing like our best rap album from 2000 to now.
I was gonna tell him that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you good. So do you want to start off with 2000 or wait? Did you start in 2000 or 2001? Because I was
You
looking up
born
and
in 2001, so so you started in 2001. I started in
okay.
2000. So I guess this is a wash here. Let's see, what was my new one? I think I know what it is. Marsha, yep, it's the Eminem Marshall Mathers LP. I feel like I can't remember what else came out in 2000. I think it was one more. I think it was a Stankonia from Outkast. But this album is just a certified classic from Eminem. This has a lot of his like goated songs on here. And this isn't his first album, but it's definitely one of his earlier ones. This is when he was like in his prime right here.
Yeah, definitely a hood classic. I'm looking at the competition right now, and damn right,
Yeah,
can't
like
beat it.
Stankonia is there, right? Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Fanconi,
I'm pretty sure that's
Snoop
the only
Dogg.
one.
What was it? Yeah, last nothing
Yeah.
hits touching it.
This one's got songs like Stan, The Way I Am, The Real Slim Shady. Like, it's a classic, honestly.
Yeah,
You can't really beat this one.
no diff.
Yeah.
I can introduce 2001. 2001 was pretty easy for me as well, or just easy. It was no diff. I had 2001 by Dr. Dre.
That didn't come out in 2001, Devin.
Actually,
No. No, it
no
didn't.
shot.
You know what, Devin?
No,
Actually, before this podcast, I genuinely was
no
like, I
shot.
was like,
It's cap.
I actually think Devin
I refuse
believes
to believe it.
2000. I actually think Devin
Nah,
believes
it's cap.
2001 came out 2001. But I was like, nah, the Devin I know would never believe that.
Nah.
Here you are,
Here I am making a fool of myself. What year did this come out?
like
1999.
96 or something? No, 99.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Interesting. I guess I'll go with my answer, my honorable mention, Blueprint by Jay Z. Oh my,
That's embarrassing.
oh my clown emoji. Oh, I'm a clown emoji. But yeah, what I meant to say was Blueprint by Jay Z.
Oh yeah, that's what you meant to say.
Well, we all know Blueprint. Another Resident Hood classic. I think it's my favorite album by Jay Z. To be honest.
I think it probably is it probably is my favorite Jay-Z album as well. Do you have anything else to say about
Should
2001?
be one for this. We don't talk
Okay.
about that.
My 2001's actually different because I think I had my 2001 competition. I think was Stillmatic from Nas and also The Blueprint. But I didn't really like Stillmatic as much as I like his other albums, so I didn't give it to Nas. I wanted to go with De La Soul here. Because De La Soul is a song that my dad put me on when I was like really young. Not a song, like group that my dad put me on when I was young because he used to always play De La Soul in the car. And they're kind of just like a vibe. And
Okay.
this album, I think, is the first album I heard from them. I'm pretty sure because it's the album I remember the most of. So every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, this takes me back to the good old days when we used to take road trips in the car. And all around, still a good album. I re-listened to it before I put it on this list. I wanted to make sure. I was like, does this still hold up? And it does. So
Okay, I never heard of De La Soul. Are they still making music now, or like are they like an older group?
yeah, you've definitely heard one of their songs from
I probably have.
No Way Home. Not yeah, No
Oh,
Way Home. The three is the magic number. That's them.
three is a magic number. Okay.
Yeah, that's them. So I feel like everyone at this point has heard a song of them because that movie is
Mm,
huge.
true.
So yeah, De La Soul is pretty great though.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
2002. I kind of wanted to keep this to like, since it is like the African American. I didn't want to put Eminem on the list, but I think he had to. It was the Eminem show for 2002.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I was like, it goes too hard. Let's see. I forgot what all the songs were on the Eminem show, but like I knew like I liked the whole album.
Oh, the Eminem show's like one of his best albums. He got like Cleaning Out the Closet, White America, which I like, Soldier, Without Me, Superman, Haley's song Till I Collapse. My dad's going crazy. It's a goated album.
Yeah, I didn't really have an honorable mention for 2002. I was looking at the candidates because I do some research for this. I was like, no, nah. I like the whole album. The Eminem show it's pretty good. What do you
Yeah.
got?
I also have the Eminem show. I mean, like you said, I don't think there's much competition in 2002. I think God's Son from Nas came out again. You know, surprise or Nas in here again, but I didn't like that album even that much. As much as I like this one, it's probably his second best album. Or this and Marshall Mathers LP are very interchangeable for me. Whichever anyone else wants to have one or two, it doesn't matter to me. These are easily his best albums though. So it's hard to like not have this win. It'd take a really good album to come out for me to make this one lose.
I feel that. Wanna choose 2003?
Me? All right. Let's see. What do I have? 2003. I got Outkast, Speakerbox, and The Love Below. Outkast. This album, I think I don't want to be talking for like not knowing anything, but I'm pretty sure this is the first rap album to go platinum. Cause I know the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill went platinum, but that's not technically a rap album. So I think this is the first one to do it. And this is the album that I'm sure if most people who've heard of Outkast have heard probably most of their songs from this album because this is where Hey Ya and Roses are from.
Yeah.
Although I don't think this is their best album. I think I like Aquemini more, but that came out in 98, so it's not an option. And Outkast deserves their spot here.
It definitely deserves the spot, but for my 2003, I have Take Me to Your Leader by MF Doom, or technically King Ghidorah, as the alias he was going by during that time, or when he released this album. I don't know, man. I really love this album. He had I don't know if you listened to it or not. Have you listened to Take Me to Your Leader?
I've never listened to MF Doom actually.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah,
No.
during this time he was going by King Ghidorah, and he was part of a group called Monster Island, and he had a couple bangers. Those who had listened to it, my favorite songs are Phaser, and then the song King Ghidorah, and that's about it. That's alright. You never listened to MF Doom?
No, I've never listened to MF Doom in my life.
Not interested, or just?
I don't. It just he never like. I was never like I need to listen to MF Doom. It never happened. My dad. I don't think he ever listened to MF Doom. My dad's never said anything about it. A lot of my music taste came from my dad. So if he's never talked about it, I'm not gonna know about him most likely.
Okay.
So no, I never got into MF Doom.
Alright.
But I've always knew of him for a while. I was like, yeah, he's a guy.
He's more than a guy, but
Yeah, he's a guy in the rap game though. I know him. He's like pretty iconic. He's Dr. Doom fan. I respect the Dr. Doom fan when I see him.
Dr. Doom enthusiast.
I guess the one honorable mention I could put for 2003 is Get Rich or Die Trying from 50 Cent. I think it's probably 50 Cent's best album.
I'm really curious what you have for 2004, Gabe.
I think it's pretty obvious what we have. I think 2004 should be a wash, right? We got Kanye West, The College Dropout. Like this is the clear cut 2004 choice. I don't know what his choices were here, but I think Encore from Eminem came out this year. That's like one of the only things I can think of. I don't think it was really too steep of a competition. Kanye West kind of swept here with this one. He had the, I want to say, I don't know if this is just because I like Kanye a lot, but I feel like he has the best debut album of like any rapper, because I don't know any other rapper who came out with a better debut album than this. Actually, I think Nas's first album. Yeah, never mind. Okay,
Yeah,
Nas has the best debut then.
I had to think about that first.
But
do you
of
have a
recent
song-
times, I guess he does.
Do you have a favorite song from the College Dropout?
All Falls Down, the classic song.
I'm looking at my list, so you're the same list. Yeah, I have All Fall Down in School Spirit. But I guess I had an honorable mention because like this is such a wash. I just have to have at least one honorable mention.
Yeah.
And it's Food question mark by MF Doom.
Dude, MF Doom again.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of people, some recurring characters on this list.
That's interesting.
Pretty simple music taste.
Okay. All right.
But,
2005. I can't remember what 2005 is actually. You open it this time.
Yeah, I'll open it. It's Clinton Call by Eminem.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Stan and My Name Is are just two wonderful songs. I really like the whole album, to be honest. I was looking at 2005 and I wasn't really vibing with anything there. So I think Eminem just had it that year. What about you?
That is crazy to me. You said no one else had it in
No, I
2005.
didn't say
Well,
no one else.
well, okay. Before I get to mine, I'll give another audible mention to 50 Cent again because the massacre came out 2005. Unfortunately, he couldn't win again because my boy Kanye West dropped again, and he gave us late registration in 2005. So yeah, I kind of had to give it to Kanye again. Also, I'm not sure if Curtain Call did come out in 2005 because I didn't see it when I was looking into my list, but I did.
When it did. Here, I can look.
But on this one, on late registration, this is where Gold Diggers from. I like Heard 'Em Say, Touch the Sky. Oh, Roses is good, and Celebration. It's just a really good album as well. Kanye might have the best 3 album run. If
Yeah, I really like that album. Like, it's definitely not my favorite Kanye album, and I didn't want to have this list riddled with Kanye albums because I really could have. I really could just put Kanye 3 times in a row, but I was like, no. I really I think I do like Curtain Call just a little bit more.
Okay, so Curtain Call isn't actually an album; it's a compilation album, but it did come out in 2005. So
What does that even mean?
it's just a compilation of songs that have already been released. Like Stan is on here, but it's not. This isn't an original album. It's just his greatest hits.
This is greatest hits. Okay.
Yeah. So I would hope a greatest hits album. Yeah, that's kind of unfair. Yeah. So would you give it to MF Doom then?
No, I'll get a Kanye. Kanye was my honorable mention on this for 2005.
I thought you said food question mark.
No, for 2004.
Oh, okay, okay.
Food question mark. But moving on 2006.
All right. You want to go on me?
I got it. For
Okay.
2006, I have Hip Hop Is Dead by Nas.
Interesting.
Really? My honorable mention is King by T.I. Don't really have much to say about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I'll go on to my 2006. Hip Hop Is Dead from Nas.
Go ahead.
Because I think this is actually the first Nas album I listened to. Back when I was getting into Nas, I was like, I'll listen to something. And I don't know why. This was like the first thing that like, this is like one of the, I can't remember what song it was, but a song from this album was the first one my dad played. And I was like, oh, this Nas guy's pretty good, right? And he's like, yeah. So I was like, so actually, I guess I'll give him a shot. And then I just went down the rabbit hole and I was like, yeah, Nas kind of is one of the goats for sure.
Mm. In my list, I have Gabe probably has it. Let him talk about it.
Bro.
I don't know. I feel like that was just such an easy choice for 2006. So the Gabe probably has this one.
Yeah. Honestly, this is actually one of Nas's worst albums, but 2006 was just weak, to be honest. So
if he chose anything else, I'll be kind of confused.
yeah, so it kind of had to go to Nas, even though this isn't even one of his best. It's not bad, but it's not his best or like one of his best. I could definitely see if like something else would have come out that it would have beat this, but nothing I knew at least came up.
It wasn't a watch because like it was such a good album, just so like it just like what else do I have?
Yeah.
What else do I choose? Like donuts? I don't know.
Donuts from Earth Doom.
That was Jay Dilla. Every time of Doom, okay.
I don't know, man. All right, this okay. So I told Devin there's 1 year where I was like, I'm not looking up anything else because I already know this dude won. Because 2007, my boy Kanye West dropped the absolute classic of Graduation, and this song, I can't even like tell you the songs I like because this is a no skip album. I go start to finish and I don't skip anything. This is easily one of my top 3 albums of all time. It's not my favorite album of all time, but it's definitely top 3 for me. It's a no skip album, which I don't have very many of them, I think. All around, and Kanye changes the game with this album too. And also best album cover, one of them.
Just hitter after hitter after hitter. I definitely do have my like more favorite songs like I Wonder and Flashing Lights, but they're all pretty great. Yeah.
Also, Good Morning is just a really good opening song to it, and the fact that it starts with Good Morning and Good Night is just such a good, like, I don't know. He really takes you through this story. I don't know. Kanye's just amazing. Yeah, you got anything else you want to say about it?
There's certain years of like, what do we even say for this? Like, I think it's clear that Kanye Graduation just clears 2007.
Like, if I'm looking up 2007 right now, like, no, nothing, like, no one's even touching him. This is actually just Kanye's year.
I find it okay. Fun fact: I do find it funny because I was looking up like what people thought were like, the best albums of each year was. And like
Hmm.
for Google, it shows you like a list of like what the best albums were. When you do for 2007, it's not like a list; it just says graduation. Even Google recognizes
Yeah, Google.
Kanye's just a goat.
Google's like, really, you don't need to know what else came out in 2007. It was just Kanye's year.
It's just graduation. That's all you need to know. And I find
Yeah,
that hilarious.
true. I think we're gonna have a different one here though. So you
Yeah,
want
we
to open
definitely will.
2008?
Yeah, for 2008, I have like what was it? Oh, here we go. Lil Wayne, The Carter, third.
3.
Yep.
All
Uh,
right.
it's a pretty good album. You know, we have classics like Miss Officer and
A
Amilla.
milli?
Yeah, you don't like
Yeah.
Amilla?
No, I'm saying like it's a milli, not a milla.
I don't know. I was just playing on it, but yeah, I think it's a pretty solid album. I don't listen to Lil Wayne all too much, but I like this album. Pretty solid.
Well, I thought we were gonna have something different, but actually, 2008, I also have the Carter 3. Lil Wayne's actually one of my favorite rappers of all time, so I actually
He's
do
your
listen to
favorite.
one of.
Oh, okay.
He's not my favorite, but so I've listened to Lil Wayne a lot. Lil Wayne's one of the people one of the rappers I respect heavily because he's definitely one of the goats. He stayed in the game for a long time and still consistently good, and he has some of the best wordplay of any other other rappers out right now. So, and yeah, like you said, the Carter 3 does have classics. You got a Millie and Lollipop, Mrs. Officer.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's a pretty solid album.
I don't know what else came out this. Did you have any honorable mentions for 2008?
No, not that I see. So I don't know if there's anything else that did come out, but from my list, it didn't seem like anything too crazy happened.
All right, well, we got 808s and Heartbeat from Kanye. I think it's actually one of my least. I don't think it's my least favorite Kanye album, but it's definitely one of my least favorites.
Yeah.
It has like in my opinion, it has like 2 or 3 good songs, and that's it. So it's not good enough for me to put it up there with like Lil Wayne. So
We'll probably differ for this next year.
we'll see.
What introduce what you have for 2009?
2009. Okay, it's actually kind of controversial here from what I've been told by our what's it called, our intern. But I got Relapse from Eminem. And actually, I've been told this controversial. Apparently, Eddie tells me that Relapse is actually pretty. Everyone doesn't like Relapse, but I actually kind of like Relapse. So,
What songs are on Relapse?
songs that you would know, I'm not sure. He has My Mom, Insane, We Made You,
Okay.
Deja Vu, Beautiful, Crack a Bottle.
So why do you like this album so much?
I think it was like Eminem being like it was like Eminem being like quirky, I guess. Like he was being stupid, but he was still obviously really good because he's Eminem. But I just like that he was like, I'm just gonna be different than I ever been on any of my other albums on this one, and it's still gonna be good, and it was still good. And I don't think anything else in 2009 really caught my attention too much. I can look it up here while you're going though.
Yeah, from my 2009 had a different vibe. Had Man on the Moon by Kid Cudi.
Okay.
I really like the vibe. You know, it's kind of mellow. It's a different vibe for sure than everything else on my list. It's kind of slower paced. And let's see. I think the whole album. I like the whole album. What the heck? But no, that's about it. And then, like you said, I was like in 2009, and like I didn't really see too much either.
Yeah, so I looked it up. I think only thing really is Man on the Moon and the Blueprint 3, but the Blueprint 3 kind of sucked, and I think everyone agrees that it sucked. So nothing much. You had your boy MF Doom was there though, but
yeah, it was an album. I think Man on the Moon clears.
now, the reason I didn't put Man on the Moon is because I think I only like one song off of it, so I was like, nah.
Really, only one? Which one is it? Do you know?
I think it's like Man on the Moon or something. I don't know. Let me see. Day and Night. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Day and Night's the only one.
Day and Night. Okay, I feel that.
So yeah.
You definitely gotta be in a certain mood to listen to this album, but
yeah, I've never been too big of a Cudi fan. My preference with Cudi is I like Cudi when he features. I'm not a person who likes Cudi alone.
Alone, okay. I feel that. All right. 2010.
2010. Let's see. What's do you want to go or me?
I can start this off.
Okay. Oh, before we get here, actually, before we get to 2010, this was my prediction here. Was I think, this is my early game prediction here. Is I think the Deven and Gabe diversions here. I think from 2010 to 2015, maybe one album different, but I think for the most part, it's probably the same.
If it's not, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
But
Because
yeah,
I definitely struggled in these next 4 years. Well, not 4 years. Actually, never mind. We'll just see. We'll just see.
yeah.
But for 2010, it's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. We all know it.
Do we?
I don't know. Do you not think so?
Oh no, my 2010 is let's see. Yeah, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But like,
Should be like you did think it was a.
nah, it's just like, it's like, yeah, this is like, do I want to say I think this might be Kanye's best album. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think it's his best album. Because I think Graduation is my favorite, but this is definitely his best album, I think, because all the productions down to the features to the songs, to the song creation here, he's absolutely in his bag when he made this album. This is definitely one of the goats up here for sure. You got songs like Power, All of the Lights, Monster, which had like Jay-Z, Rick Ross, and Nicki on it, was absolutely insane.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs. Oh, it's one of my favorite songs. I love to listen to. Like I play this on repeat. Devil in New Dress. What a suck.
Yeah, it's
Do you have any
absolutely
honorable
classic.
mentions for
2010? I don't think so. Let me see. Let me see. Do you have any real quick? While I'm looking.
No. I thought I was like, I already know this is it.
Yeah, I think it was the same. Cause let's see. No, I'm looking at 2010. Not really. I think maybe Thank Me Later from Drake. I guess you can get an honorable mention, but he's not really even close to touching this album. And I'm Not a Human Being from Lil Wayne, I guess. But yeah, this one's it's easily cleared here.
There's certain years that Kanye just uncontested.
Kanye he found 2 years where he's like, oh, no one else dropped. All right, I got you guys.
I'm gonna drop nothing but heat.
I'm gonna drop an absolute hood classic on you guys.
Yeah,
You're welcome. Thank me later.
But you can choose 2011 since we don't know what it is already.
Also, Recovery did come out in 2010. I know a lot of people like Recovery, but I personally don't like Recovery.
It's alright. I don't hate it a lot. I'm kind of indifferent to it.
All right, 2011. Yeah, like I said, I think most of these are gonna be the same. My 2011, I got Drake, Take Care. I think this is Drake's best album. I don't think that's really a hot take. I think most people think this is Drake's best album. Maybe some people would say Views, but for the most part, this is my favorite Drake album. I think
definitely top 3.
I think he peaked here. I don't think that doesn't mean he's regressed, but he's peaked here and he hasn't really gotten higher than this peak, I don't think. Obviously you got classics like Marvin's Room and Take Care on this album. And also it's just a bunch of letters with Lil Wayne. It's like HYFR.
It's a random assortment of letters.
And it's not random. And then we got Crew Love with The Weeknd. So yeah, I really like this album. Definitely is my favorite Drake album.
Yeah, you basically said everything. I do have an honorable mention. That's Section 80.
Section 80 from Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah.
Okay.
But that's about it.
I think that's probably it too. Yeah, I think Kendrick's Section 80 is probably my honorable mention. I think I'd also give one to Kanye and Jay-Z's Watch the Throne. That was really good too. But that's probably it. Cause I know Cold World came out this year, but I didn't like Cold World. I think it had Can't Get Enough and Workout, and that's really it. I didn't think I liked too much off of that album besides that.
Yeah,
I think there's one more with Drake. I can't remember. He had that one song with Drake on that album too, but can't remember. All in all, it's not that good of it. It's definitely one of his weakest albums for sure. In the Morning, that's what it is. But yeah.
But no, we can go ahead and move on to 2012.
2012. So you also had Take It Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 2012 at Mad City.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah. I mean, these are gonna be. This 4-year run here is kind of like obvious choices. Not only that, like Good Kid, Mad City it's honestly one of the GOAT albums in general. It was hard to beat this.
Yeah, I love the theme of just the story. I don't know, man. There's nothing really touching this I
Ever
do have honorable mention. Oh, go
Oh,
on.
okay. I was just saying, ever since 2012, like I think Section 8, like Kendrick found his his little niche, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm really good. And then he dropped this, and then he just never looked back
Yeah,
because
he's still going.
like Section, not Section 8. What's the one that comes out
Um,
right after this one? There's
which
one.
one? One
It's like
after
Untitled,
Security?
yeah, Untitled Unmastered, but that's just a Untitled Unmastered is only they're only drafts of songs that he didn't put onto Pimp a Butterfly. So if you exclude that album, since Section 8, he has not dropped a bad album. He just doesn't do it. So yeah,
Yeah, I do have one honorable mention. That's like I already knew me and you were gonna match. I'm like, we gotta talk about this a little bit more. I have based on a true story by the Two Chains.
2 Chainz.
Hey,
That's
I don't listen
interesting.
to 2 Chainz all too much, but he does have some pretty good songs on this album. I was listening to it the other, actually right today, because I was like, why do I have this on here? And I was listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a couple hits, classics in here.
I guess if I were to give one, maybe I give it to Dreams and Nightmares from Meek Mill. I guess. I don't really like Meek Mill that much, but you know it was a good album.
Yeah, I don't really listen to Meek Mill too much either.
2013. I know I have a few actual honorable mentions here.
Yeah, this is probably where we're diverge because I have Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
I remember I have countless nights of me studying to this entire album. I listen to it to this day. It's definitely top 5 albums for me. Acid Rap is so good, and it's so sad seeing Chance the Rapper like knowing what he can do and what he has done, and seeing where he is now. Such a sad life.
Got songs out of this album you wanna mention?
Dude, there's so many good ones on Acid Rap. Let me see. If I had like to choose like two or three, probably Cocoa Butter Kisses. Definitely Cocoa Butter Kisses, and
Yeah.
I think or the Juice. Yeah, those two are my favorite.
I really like Cocoa Butter Kisses as well. Favorite song, Pusha Man.
Which one's
Yeah.
good?
Acid Rap is all around a good album. That's one of my honorable mentions I had in 2013 was Acid Rap, because I think this it's so tough because I feel like every year not Kendrick, was it Chance the Rapper dropped a good album. He was in such a stacked lineup of a year.
Yes.
Because 2013 you had Yeezus came out from Kanye, Long Live ASAP, which is ASAP Rocky's best album. Nothing Was the Same came out this year, and then Marshall Mathers LP2, which are all honorable mentions for me. And then my choice, I got J. Cole Born Sinner. So I think this is like J. Cole. I think this is J. Cole's best album here, because this album, start to finish, it's just solid all the way through. He always maintains a good storytelling in his raps, but I think some of his other ones kind of like start and stop in different points, where I think this one starts and finishes like linearly, where I think his other ones aren't as linear as this one is.
I feel that. It definitely hurt me putting Born a Sinner as an honorable mention because I wanted to give it to it. I don't know. I feel like Acid Rap is a tad bit more solid.
Oh, that's fine, dude. And obviously, people know She Knows. That's from this album.
Yeah. I definitely love Crooked Smile.
Crooked Smile. Yeah. What else? I like Villuminati, Land of the Snakes, Power Trip. I know that's pretty popular too. All around, this album was just solid. Definitely one of my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite albums of all time as well. Love J. Cole.
Of course. But
all right, interesting.
What do you got for 2014?
2014, I have 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Okay, so J. Cole went back to back on him.
I was sort of sweating because he's gonna tell me next that 2014 actually came out in 2012.
No. 2014 Forest Hills Drive did actually come out in 2014.
That was a moon gun, but yeah, I have it as well.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it? Because I kind of just talked about J. Cole last time. I don't want to keep sucking him off.
No, you got it. 2014, like when you think about J. Cole, this is the album that everyone thinks about. Like, what more is there to say? You have classic songs like No Role Models. I think that is like J. Cole song, the J. Cole song. Apparently, Wet Dreams. I don't know what all too much to say about this album. I think this is just the J. Cole album.
Yeah, honestly, I really like '03 Adolescence too, and I actually over time I grew an appreciation for January 28th because when I first saw it, I was like, nah, it's whatever. J. Cole's just
Mm,
sucking himself off, calling himself the god. But then I like actually listened to it, I was like, no, this is actually pretty good open to the album. And Love Yours is a really good. It's not the
yeah.
actual outro, but it's a really good outro to the album as well.
Hmm.
So honestly, it is really solid album. You can't go wrong with this choice. And I also don't think 2014 had much competition from what I remember.
Oh, yeah, don't think I had honorable mention. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't have any either. So yeah, he kind of won anyways. Even if there was competition, I think he would have still won though. It's just a really solid album through and through.
Hmm. I think
All
my
right.
2015 might be a little controversial.
Oh, we'll see. What you got?
I feel like the obvious choice should be To Pimp a Butterfly, but I actually have If You're Reading This by Drake.
that is that's crazy.
I know.
That's actually crazy.
I hear it. I already know. I hear it.
That's actually
I
insane.
know. I already knew it. I was prepping myself. I was like, I know everything that we.
That's, that, all right, explain.
I'm trying to find the proper words so I don't lose all our audience. So take that black card away.
Explain, please.
Um, um,
You can't explain. You made your decision.
I know I did. I'm trying to figure out why I did it, to be honest.
So you don't even know why.
I mean, I did not prep time myself for this, did I? Not at all.
I feel like if you knew this was controversial, you should have prepared an argument for why.
Like I just, in my head, I was like, this is controversial, but I was like, no, maybe Gabe will give me a.
No, you're absolutely bugging. No, you're bugging. Well, if you got nothing to say, I'll go with my 2015, which is the actual GOAT, To Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm looking at Pimp the Butterfly, and I'm looking at All Right.
This album right here, this album straight up top two album for maybe not top two, maybe top three. This is top three album for me for sure. This is one of the GOATs. When you talk about GOAT albums, this is absolutely in the conversation. This is Kendrick's best album. I think that is contentious, but I think this is his best album here. To Pimp a Butterfly, absolutely classic from the album cover itself. He's trying to tell a story. It's like, oh, it's us, the people he grew up around from the hood, black people being in a place that they shouldn't be at, kind of mirroring what his lifestyle is now, since he came from Compton and now he's in living a lavish life where he shouldn't, theoretically, like, quote unquote, shouldn't be. This album starts from Wesley's Theory to just give you the idea of what you're getting into here, and then it ends with Mortal Man. It just, the story Kendrick tells you through To Pimp a Butterfly, you're at, like, I feels like you're in a movie, honestly, because he tells it so well. And not only that, he has classic songs like which I think everyone knows that one. What else comes from this one? All Right came from this one. Other than that, he doesn't really have like a lot of hit songs off this album, but all in all, it just tells the story perfectly well that he wants to tell. And I like other songs like King Kunta as well off of this, The Blacker the Berry, and Hood Politics and Mama as well.
Okay. I was able to form an argument during that.
Okay.
And I want to go off the point, like, while the album itself is good, don't get me wrong, I have it as an honorable mention. There's only a couple, like 2 or 3 hits, right? When I listen to the album, I want, like, I don't want, not every song needs to be a hit, but if I had to listen to, I just feel like I jam more, just a tad bit more to If You're Reading This. And I know this is controversial, but I just feel like the album only has like 2 or 3 hits that are kind of carrying it, like All Right and like you said.
But it's not about the hits, because If You're Reading This, It's Too Late probably has like 1 hit, right? Legend, and that's like, in Drake standards, I don't think that's really a hit. What is his hit off of this album, do you think? Because I don't think he has hits off this album either. If you're talking about like actual hit, it's like it's an album where he's just vibing on it. It's not like nothing crazy off it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's nothing too crazy. I just vibe just a little bit more with it. And that's just me. I don't know it's controversial, and I honestly can't explain it. I just like the album. I just vibe with it a little bit. And if I was to like vibe and like chill, I will listen to this album over To Pimp a Butterfly. I know it's controversial.
Absolutely. And honestly, this wasn't even my honorable mention. My honorable mention actually went to Rodeo from Travis Scott because I really like Rodeo as well.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think If You're Gonna Too Late was even that good. I was like, probably one. I think that's pretty controversial, but I didn't like that. I didn't even like that album.
Hmm. It's probably not controversial.
I think Drake fans like that album, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I did not expect that. That was crazy.
I don't know. I didn't consider myself a drink simp, but
Yeah, you are. You are for that choice. For that choice, you might as well be.
Mm.
All right, we'll see.
All right, maybe we make up for it.
2016.
Come on, guys. I have good taste. I promise.
Sure. All right, what you got for 2016?
2016.
Redeem yourself.
I have two choices because I.
Bruh, no, you can't do that.
No,
You
I
can't do that.
I can't. Fine. I'll just do this. It hurts me to do this, but for my number one choice, I have Telephone by No Name, and for my honorable mention, I have Coloring Books by Chance.
I've never heard of Telephone from No Name. You wanna talk about that one?
This is my first female. I think it might be my only female on the list. You don't know No Name?
No, I don't. No idea who that is.
Well, my dad, he listened to her a lot, and I get a lot of my other like outside music taste other than rap from my dad because my dad's a little weird. He's an old head, and he tries to put me on things I probably wouldn't listen to now. But he put me on her. I don't know too much about her. I just know about his one album because he told me about her, and it's such a good album. It's very, how you say, mellow, and it's just her explaining like her story and her just vibing, to be honest. And to be honest, I think she is like tops. She's top 2 or 3 for my favorite female rappers for sure.
All right. And your autumn mention was Coloring Book, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, 2016 was a really stacked year, to be honest. I think
it was.
other albums that aren't my honorable mentions, but I feel like should be said, is Views from Drake. I mentioned that earlier, was really good. Lil Big Pac from Kodak, which I like Kodak, because that was a good album as well. And I think Isaiah from Kevin Gates it has like 2, maybe 3 or 4 good songs on it, but it still should be mentioned. I think Bird Sims and Trap Sing McKnight's actually kind of overrated. I don't think it's that good of an album, but I guess that can be mentioned as well. But my choice for 2016 is, well, here's my actual honorable mentions here. So I got Life of Pablo and from Kanye, obviously, and Imperial, actually from Denzel Curry. I really like Denzel Curry. He's actually one of my favorite rappers that are still like, I don't want to say he's new because he's been around for a while, but I kind of consider him a new rapper, so he's one of my favorite new rappers. But my actual choice for 2016 go to Coloring Book from Chance the Rapper. This, I think, I knew Acid Rap wasn't gonna win because 2013 I already knew who had to win that one. So 2016 was really his only chance, and like I said, it was loaded, so it was hard. But I think I did have to go Coloring Book. I think this is actually, I prefer this album over Acid Rap, anyways. I think this is Chance's best album here. It starts off with All We Got and No Problem, which is a really good opening to it.
Dude. It hurts me because I wanted them both because I love them both, but I actually wanted the shout out No Name because I didn't think she wasn't that popular. I don't know how popular she is, but
I don't think she is. I've never heard of her, so I want to say she's probably not.
Yeah, but I wanted to shout her out, and to be honest, it's a very solid album. I want anyone who doesn't know her to look her up. It's a really good album. I really like it. It's kind of slow, kind of mellow, so I don't know if you vibe with that or not, but
I'll probably check it out. Also, from this one, I got Same Drugs, Angels, Juke Jam, All Night, like Smoke Break, Finish Line. But it's honestly, it's a no skip album to be honest. Like, I think maybe one skip, maybe, but like for the most part, it's a solid album here.
It pains me because I love Chance, and
also, this album cover is iconic too. Like, I don't know, man. This is such a classic here. 26. I think this is if I were like to have a wall where I put like album covers, there's probably one of them I would put up there for sure, just because it's iconic. But yeah, so that's why I had to go with Chance the Rapper for 2016.
I feel
Interesting
that.
choice for you though.
Yeah. What
All
do you
right.
got for 2017?
2017. I don't know if I have honorable mentions. Let me check. I do.
I
Okay,
have
so
a
I have
few.
honorable mentions. I got Love Is Rage 2 from Uzi and More Life from Drake. I think
Mm,
Love Is Rage 2, I actually really like Uzi, and I think this is actually not controversial from what I've realized. Everyone agrees that Love Is Rage 2 is his best album. It's because 2015 to 2016, which when Uzi got really popular off of Love Is Rage and the what is this Love Tape, something like that is what it's called. When those two albums dropped, he kind of had a vibe that everyone knew. In 2017, he decided to actually switch it up and do a whole different kind of vibe. It's still kind of the same vibe, but it's a little different, and you could tell that it's different from what he's done before. And when he switched it up, it was just amazing. This definitely one of Uzi's best work here. And for some reason, his fans convinced him to stop doing this, and I don't know why they convinced him to do that. That was kind of a shame. And 20 minutes off this album, still a hood classic that I listen to every day. And More Life, obviously, it goes without saying it's a Drake album, so obviously it's good. But
yeah. Especially
I,
during the time, yeah.
yeah, and I think from More Life song I would probably say is what's it? Free Smoke, I'm pretty sure is off this album, and Portland, both good songs. But my actual choice, I think unsurprisingly from what you guys tell, is yeah, Damn from Kendrick Lamar. Like the GOAT Kendrick came out again and said, "All right, I'm just not gonna miss real quick," and he didn't. At first, actually, kind of controversially, when Damn first dropped, I actually didn't like it. For
Yeah.
some reason, I was like, because it didn't feel like the Kendrick I knew. Because if you listen to
Mm,
To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City, and then you listen to Damn, they're kind of
it's
different.
definitely different.
Yeah, so I was like, this isn't the Kendrick I like. So I didn't like it at first. It took time before I was like, you know what? This actually is a good album. I was just like, I was stuck in the moment of this isn't the Kendrick I know, but it's
Uh-huh.
still a solid album through and through. And obviously, he decided to give us Humble and DNA, which are huge hits songs wise.
Look,
So,
yeah.
I'm sure. I'm assuming you said you had
Yeah.
honorable mentions as well?
Yeah. For my own mentions, I had Flower Boy. I think as around this time is when I did discover Tyler the Creator. I think I came to Tyler the Creator kind of late. I knew of him, but I was like, oh, this is just some goofy black guy. I don't know. I wasn't really vibing with him, but once I did listen, I think this is the first time I did listen of him, and then after that, I went back and started listening to his other stuff. What else we got? I also got The Never Story by JID,
Okay.
and of course More Life by Drake. Another, Drake. But no,
Yeah.
I actually like Damn for the opposite reason why you did. I actually kind of liked that Kendrick was kind of doing something different, and it's something like new. I was like, I kind of like this. I like it when artists kind of like reach out and kind of do something creative and try to do something different.
Yeah, so it's
I
not
think
like I didn't dislike it because he was doing something different. I disliked it because it's like it's weird to explain, but it's not like I was like mad that he did something different. It was just that the Kendrick I loved wasn't this Kendrick is what I felt
yeah.
like. That's the
I,
reason. It's not like I liked it didn't like it because it was different.
mhm.
Swain, but you can go back to what you were saying.
But now, I don't really have much to say. I wanted to put JID somewhere in this list. I don't think he was gonna win any year, to be honest. But
Yeah.
he's an artist that I do like, and I wanted to shout him out real quick for the honorable mention. Songs like Ed and Eddie. Who else came from this album? Hereditary. All good songs.
For sure, I kind of agree with that JID sentiment. I feel like JID really got popular, and I want to say 2019 ish. And when he got popular, I was like, let me listen to this guy, and I did listen to the Never Story. I was like, this is really good. But I feel like when JID does drop now, because he's gonna drop eventually, and when he does drop, I think it's gonna be his best album because now he's gotten so much more years on his belt. So I think he'll eventually get the chance to drop a good album. But I think I can definitely give him a shout out in one of these upcoming years. But I don't think the Never Stories holds up to his other album I like. So 2018, you can open that one.
2018. So, I think for 2018, I had to go with Astroworld by Travis Scott.
Okay.
I was looking at some of the contenders. We have Scorpion. It was I guess nothing too crazy. It was I don't know, like it just felt like I get it. Like they had God's plan. God's plan's really good. Um, what was on Scorpion? Do you remember off the top of your head what else came on Scorpion?
Scorpion, God's Plan, not Trust Issues. The one with Michael Jackson, Don't Matter to Me was on there.
Yeah, it was.
In Your Feelings, Kiki, Do You Love Me?
It
That
was.
song.
Yeah, it was definitely a vibe. Just like I don't know. I kind of like Drake when he's like kind of rapping about the nitty gritty, but it was definitely a high item. I think KOD came out during this year. I
Yeah.
really like a couple songs on KOD. I think he has 2 or 3 good songs. But Astroworld, I really like Travis Scott, what he did with this album. I'm not the biggest Travis Scott fan, and I don't think I've listened to too much of him, but I listened, besides like all the memes and shit, I actually did like Astroworld. It was a pretty good album.
For sure. My 2018, first I got honorable mentions here. I got Taboo from Denzel Curry. I think, once again, obviously I love Denzel Curry, like I said before. Taboo, I want to say it is his best album, but I'm still kind of on the fence because one of the other albums that I'm gonna mention here in a bit, I'm still kind of debating if I like that one or if I think it's better than this one. But as of right now, I want to say Taboo is probably his best album. It's really good, very creative what he did with it. I Am Greater Than I Was from 21 Savage, actually insane. 21 Savage did a whole like career 180 from what he was known for, and when he dropped this album, which is pretty insane because he went from going from the guy who just like rapped about killing and all this to this album, which was pretty introspective from his part, and I actually did really like this album. It has some good songs off it as well. At least where a lot came from. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, dude, I love that song.
Yeah.
I think I do have that song on repeat as well.
I think I also like Gunsmoke from here, Ball Without You, Monster. I think has what's his name, Childish Gambino's on it. So, but yeah, do you want to say something about I Am I Was before I move on?
No. I was gonna talk about 21 Savage because I was agree. Like I didn't really care for 21. I knew like for some reason a lot of people I heard hang on around. They love 21 for some reason. And I thought he was just some guy who rapped about like drugs and shit or like killing niggas. I was like, okay.
Well, he did. That's what he got his start on.
And I was like, this is. I heard that song and it completely changed how I saw 21. And I think it's the J. Cole effect. And I was the J. Cole effect. I'm gonna say it like that.
Probably, but this album, he made a complete like career change. And ever since this album, 21 has been like the feature guy. He's been like one of the feature gods. If 21 is on your song, he's gonna give you a fire feature. I don't think 21 has dropped a bad feature since this album came out.
But,
so,
I definitely have to have. Oh yeah, you haven't mentioned.
Yeah, I got my actual choice yet. Also off KLD, I think you're kind of bugging for something. At least say there's 3 good songs of it. I don't think KLD is that bad that there's only 3 good songs of it. I think there's more than 3 good songs off of KOD. I mean, if you're saying 3 good songs, that means you think it's kind of bad. Like, I think there are definitely good songs on this album.
What? Kevin Tart. I love Kevin Tart. I love ATM.
I like Brackets and Window Pane in 1985 because of what the stories they tell. I like those. And Photograph I like as well, but I don't think KOD is a bad album at all.
I don't know. I was so weird when this album came out. I think I was like a low key hater. When this album came out, I was like, this is like the J. I don't know. I was low key hating on this album.
That's not even crazy though, because everyone did. Everyone hated KOD when it came out. I always thought that was crazy that everyone was just like jumping on this is the horrible album. I was like, it's actually not though. So like, why are we just hating him? I think it's because J. Cole went against what he said he was. Because I think. What album came out before this one? I think Forest Hills Drive I think came out before this one, right? Or is there something else?
I mean, what?
Can't remember, but
5 years.
But I think J. Cole wasn't really. No, For Your Eyes Only was the one that came out. That's right. And For Your Eyes Only had no. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure For Your Eyes Only had no features on it, and J. Cole very prided himself that he didn't have to have features on an album. And then this one, I think he also had no features. Let me see. Pretty sure he had
one, didn't he?
No, yeah, he also had no features on this album. And people thought J. Cole was just trying to be like cocky, like, ooh, I can make another album with the same beats you guys do with no features on it.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you look it up, it says he has features, but Kill Edward is just J. Cole. It's just his persona. That's like a Lil Dicky song
Yeah,
with Brain. It's
yeah,
him.
I know.
So no, he doesn't
I
have.
could have thought that one, but yeah, I might be bugging for that. I
Yeah,
understand.
but yeah, enough of that. It's not even my choice here. My actual choice is Astroworld. So, Astroworld, I think, dude, I actually am a big Travis Scott fan. That's why I mentioned Rodeo earlier. I really like Rodeo too, but unfortunately, To Pimp a Butterfly just came out, so it couldn't win. But Astroworld for 2018, definitely a lock. Travis took like, I want to say, ever since McKnight dropped, so 2 years. He spent 2 years just sitting in the lab crafting this masterpiece. This is like his passion project here, and you can really
Mhm.
tell from listening to it that he put his heart and soul into this album. This is like the feature king right here. He has like a feature on
Yeah,
every single song. Juice World, Weekend, Drake are on, Don Tall, like all the names are on this album here.
an actual all-star class.
Yeah, it is truly an insane lineup here, and not only that, this album is a no skip album to for me at least. It's solid all the way through, and definitely gives me a good like. This definitely party vibes here for sure.
Yeah, definitely,
Which Travis Scott
definitely.
is known for doing now. Obviously,
Mhm.
he's a trap artist. But yeah.
I actually did forget because I actually have an honorable mention 2018. I had a question mark by XXX.
Oh, okay, that's right. That was another one. I don't know why I didn't put that down there, but yeah, that's definitely a good honorable mention as well. Sometimes
I was looking
forget.
at it.
I
I
sometimes
thought
forget to
actually,
consider X a rapper because, like, in my
yeah,
mind, he's not one. Cause if we're gonna do that as well, I'd go back in 2017. I'd give him 17 as well because I think that was a really good album too, which had
which
has
one was that? That was the
Jocelyn Floors,
yeah,
Everybody
Justin
Dies in Their
Flores. Yep.
Nightmare, Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout him out real quick. X is another artist that I do listen to a lot, and I just wanted to shout him out at least somewhere on this list to show like a little bit of my taste.
Yeah, X definitely needs a shout out for sure because he had an amazing 2 album run with 17 and question mark because it was just phenomenal albums
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But 2019, I'll open it. I know this is gonna be different from you.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions here. I got 3 actually. I got Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Roddy Ricch kind of came out of nowhere. I've never heard of him when he dropped this album. I was like, who is this guy? So I listened to it and I was like, this album is amazing. This is where the box came from. I'm like, this guy's just crazy. He came out of nowhere and dropped an absolute banger of an album. At
Mm-hmm.
first, when I listened to it, I think it took a little bit of looking back and like hindsight to be like, okay, this album is as perfect as I thought. But when I first listened to it, it was like I was like, this is no skips. This is perfect. He transitions perfectly from song to song. But in hindsight, it's not as good as I first thought it was. So that's why it's kind of an honorable mention. I almost did choose it because of that, but then I had to re-listen to it and remind myself I was a little too high on it. It was like kind of a recency bias there, but it's
Okay.
definitely really good. And Roddy Ricch, I think this is his debut. No, it's not his debut album, but it's definitely he definitely came out of the woodworks for me because I've never heard of him. But when he dropped this one, I was like, yeah, he's great. And every time I see Roddy Ricch featuring on a song, I know it's gonna be good because I like his sound and I like his cadence for sure. And next up, Denzel Curry again. He's a mainstay in the honorable mentions. It looks like he can never win, but he's always in the honorable mentions here. Denzel Curry, Zoo. I like this album. This album, he when he made this album, he was just like he had a bunch of Miami beats and he just wanted to just have fun and rap on it. It's not really a story themed album, which is kind of the main reason it doesn't. I don't push it that high for me because it's not story navigated. I really like story navigated albums. It's just him having fun on the album, so it's still really good listen to. If I were to recommend songs, you got like Wish, Ricky, and Carol Mart, all really good songs off that album for sure. And next
Okay.
2019, I think I love Juice World. It's actually I think Juice World's best album, but unfortunately, I can't
Really?
give him the win for this. I think it is better than what's his Goodbye and Good Riddance, because
Mm-hmm.
I think he goes through different arcs in this. He doesn't separate it by disc where most rappers do, but you can kind of tell he has a divide in this album with hype songs and sad songs.
Like sad songs, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Death Race for Love is really perfect for that because he kind of gives you everything you want. He's like, "Oh, you guys like the sad songs? I got you. I give you like Robbery, and you guys want the
Yeah.
hype songs? I got you. Give you Syphilis." Like, he,
Okay.
it's a really good album through and through. I love the album cover. This is also the first time I saw Juice WRLD live is when he released this
Oh, you saw him
album.
live?
Yeah, you were there, Devin. Did
You're
you
right. I was
forget?
there.
Yeah.
Cap. I'm not.
Devin got hit in the face with a granola bar. Interesting story
Yeah.
there.
I think I just moved out from my mind. After I get hit in the face, I was like, yeah, never again.
Yeah, never happened. Yeah, also during that, I think no, that's next year. But also during this yeah, never mind, that was next year. Okay. 2019, my actual choice, I got Corday, the Lost Boy. I think when he did drop this, he was YBN, but he's not YBN anymore. This album for me just resonated with me when I first heard it because he's telling the story of his childhood and how he always felt lost, obviously from the title, and just even the skits in this. I usually don't like skits in rap albums, but even the skits in this I thought were just really good because he has I want to say it is the actual grandma sampling on some of these skits. He was just really good, and it really makes me think about my own family when I listen to this, and which really makes me like it even more. He sticks to the theme throughout the whole album and goes like he goes step by step through everything I think of when I think of my family, and just it just related to me so personally. Definitely my favorite. I think if I were to go like the last 5 years, I want to say it probably is my favorite because of just how much I relate to it here. But yeah, I think it's pretty underrated choice. I don't know a lot of people giving Corday love like that. So
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting choice. For my honorable mention, I have same thing with you, like with Roddy Ricch, the same way I felt with the baby.
oh
I never heard of the baby. I don't know if he was making music before 2019. I actually don't know anything about him, but for some reason, I listened to this album. I was like, this
Wait,
baby
you
is
talking about Baby on
actually
Baby?
yeah, baby on. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't say the album. But yeah, baby on baby was actually going kind of dubby, and I was like, I don't know if that's like like a meme or anything, like if anyone's that comment on that opinion, but actually, I don't like that album. I really like his cadence. I don't know. I really like it.
Okay,
But
not bad at all.
But I definitely wanted to put that, but now I forgot Igor came out 2019. I don't know if we've.
Igor is not a rap album.
Yeah, see, then yeah, I was giving baby. I was about to ask you if I count Igor, but if not, I'll just give it to Baby on Baby.
Yeah, Igor did win a Grammy for a rap album, but Tyler himself said he doesn't consider it a rap album, so I don't consider it one either. Then, if the creator himself doesn't want to.
It makes sense. Yeah, I was actually about to ask about that, but yeah, I don't know. Baby on Baby is that.
So that's your choice then for 2019.
No, let's do it. I get up. I have to like. I don't know. I gotta hit something. I'm
You gotta hit something.
I'm like. I'm hitting some type of move. I don't know. I really like the baby. I really like him on that album.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think if I were to give any other shout outs for 2019, I know I did have a lot there. I guess I could also give one to Young Thug for So Much Fun, because that gave us London, and I like that song as well. But yeah, moving on, you can open 2020, so I open 2019.
2020, I have Legends Never Die by Juice.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm trying to remember when the first time I heard of Juice. When I first listened to Juice, I thought he was kind of like a joke. I don't know if the controversial or not, but I thought he was just some sad kid. And then actually like did my research because my homeboy, he put me on I forgot what song it was, but he told me to look into him, and I started looking deep into like his other songs, and I was like, oh, this guy's actually kind of deep. I actually kind of like what he's doing, and I became a Juice WRLD fan ever since. And I listened to this album, loved the album, good hits. Really sad what happened to him. I was devastated to hear what happened.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really much to say. It's a pretty good album.
You don't have any honorable mentions for 2020?
2020? No, probably not. Because I didn't really listen to. I haven't really listened to too much. You know that. I'm kind of weird when it comes to music nowadays. I kind of listen. I kind of hear like what the hit song is here and there, but I don't really listen to too many albums.
All right, well, I can go for 2020. I think for honorable mentions, I have a few in 2020 because I actually kind of like. I think 2020 was a really good year for me because of COVID and pandemic. I was kind of just inside listening to music a lot, so I listened to a lot of these albums for 2020. Legends Never Die, definitely a good honorable mention for sure. Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon from Pop Smoke. Never heard of Pop Smoke either. And then this album came out. I think his album came out when he died actually. So.
You've never heard of Pop Smoke?
Not before he died. No.
That's kind of crazy. I don't know. It is kind of crazy.
Pop Smoke's not even that famous. I was gonna say actually the reason I didn't say it last time, but during you weren't there, but this is one of the concerts I went to for not Denzel, Ski Mask, the Slump God. Apparently Pop Smoke was performing there. I didn't know that. So apparently I did see Pop Smoke before he died, and I never knew that. So yeah, shout out to Pop Smoke. That was a really good album for sure. Legends Never Die. Wanna from Gunna, pretty good as well. Goat from Polo G. I liked My Turn from Lil Baby. And EA from Lucy Vert. But nah, my choice actually also Unlocked from Denzel Curry. You guessed it. A mainstay in my honorable mentions.
Starting to see a trend here.
Yeah, he can never win because unfortunately someone else comes out. But 2020, my choice is Nas King's Disease. It's the album that Nas got his first Grammy off of, which is kind of bizarre. He should have been had a Grammy, but whatever. This is the one he got his first Grammy off of, and King's Disease is really good. Nas kind of had a resurgence here in 2020 because for a while he wasn't like dead, but he was not the same Nas he was when like Stillmatic was dropping and hip. I don't want to say hip hop is dead. That wasn't one of his best ones, but like Nas is good, or I think it's called. So this is definitely a resurgence for his career because King's Disease came out and it was definitely Nas still telling everyone, yeah, I'm still one of the guys you got to worry about. I'm still one of the goats for sure. And he kind of had a mixture of some of the newer style of beats with his classic cadence and flow, which is really good. Obviously, I like Nas. So yeah, Nas is my choice for King's Disease. I think if I were to pick one song off of King's Disease, I believe it's called Spicy. I think I'm pretty sure it's the last song on King's Disease. I really like that one. Yeah, it's called Spicy. Has Fivio and ASAP Ferg. Yeah, so 2021. I can open this one.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know if I have an honorable mention. Let me check real quick before I click the next slide. I do not. Okay, it's just Tyler the Creator. Call Me If You Get Lost. This is actually a rap album from Tyler the Creator, and this album was honestly really good. I have a feeling Devin chose this, so I'm gonna instead of talking about this, I will talk about my honorable mentions here for a second. This is 2021, also another good year for music for me. Got the off season from J. Cole, which I really liked. J. Cole, in a lot of people's eyes, not in my eyes. I didn't think KOD was that bad, but in a lot of people's eyes, he made a turnaround from KOD and dropped the off season, and everyone started to respect him more after it. Donda from Kanye, I thought was okay. I didn't think it was too crazy. CLB, same. It was okay. Nothing too crazy. King's Disease 2 from Nas came out this year. I did really like that as well. But he doesn't get the win there. Slime Language 2 from YSL. I really like that as well. Definitely was good for me. I know a lot of people liked Melodic Blue from Baby Keem, but no, I can't say I was much of a fan from it. And I think let's go one more. I'd give it to. I don't really want to give it to Juice here because I think that was one of his weakest posthumous albums there. Maybe Young Thug's Punk was no. Life of Dawn from Don Toliver for sure. I did like that album. That was when I listened to that album, I actually saw him live after that album. That was really good. Don Toliver's definitely coming into his own. I usually knew him as a feature guy, but now he seems to be able to do really good on his own songs as well. So yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty sure you chose this where I chose not to talk about it. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to give it to J. Cole because I did before I select that album. I think it was a turnaround from KOD. I know I'm not saying KOD is bad or anything, but this album I really felt like this is like J. Cole being J. Cole, and it's a pretty good album. But I have as an honorable mention. I'm pretty sure I have some other honorable mentions for 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any?
I don't know. It looks like I don't. But like I was saying, during these past like couple years, I've been weird with music. I've been going back and listening to like older stuff because since I was locked in COVID and all that, I was like, no, what's the old music looking like? So I've been going back and listening to like different types of genres of music. I've expanded my palette and all that. But for my number one, oh wait, yeah, we had the same choice.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
No, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about it so you could talk about it.
Oh, so I could talk about it.
Yeah. That's purposely why I didn't talk about it.
Okay. But yeah, Call Me to Give It Lost. Good album. We all know it. Tyler the Creator. At this time, I was like full head over my heels for Tyler the Creator. I was like, I am a Tyler the Creator stan. This is I love his personality. His personality shines through this album. And I like it when Tyler Creator sings and he like makes like songs that are like deep, meaningful, and slow. But like when he raps, he's such a good rapper. And this is such a perfect highlight of like him being just a rapper. For songs, we got what we got.
What's your name?
Yeah, what's your name? Hot Wind Blows.
True.
Juggernaut was Lil Uzi and who else is on that?
Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell. Yep. Just man.
Really like Lumberjack as well, Lemonhead,
Yes,
Court.
yes.
Honestly, this whole album is kind of a no skip for me. It's a no skip for me. I don't know about you. I even like Mama Talk, which is just a skit, but I even like it because it's kind of funny.
Like a song, but yeah, just he's just all around. It's just a good artist.
Yeah, I also agree with you on the personality thing. It's just you can definitely see it, like also through a little bit through Igor as well, but definitely from this album you can get an idea of who Tyler is more. And I love Tyler, like the creator as an artist. Yeah, as a person, like I've never met him, but like yeah, it's just he's so good, it's so fun. And his production, I don't know who produces. I think I don't know who produced this, but I know DJ Drama is on one of these. But whoever produced this, absolutely amazing job. I like how a lot of, I don't think all of them do, but most of them, I want to say 99% of the songs transition like directly into the next song, like beat wise, which is really cool. And I love it when albums do that. It's kind of a thing Kanye did for a while. And I really like it when artists do that.
Yeah.
So for 2022, I have well, obviously we got Kendrick Lamar here, big moral and big steppers. Kendrick came out of his 5-year hiatus and said, "I'll give you another banger," and dropped it. Dropped an absolute classic here, which I feel like Devin's also gonna choose it. So I'll talk about my pre-Kendrick drop, which I have here was Denzel Curry, "Melt My Eyes, See Your Future." Yeah, it was. I thought it was gonna be the first time Denzel actually won one, and then because when I was we were actually making this before Kendrick dropped. So when I made it, this was the choice, and I was like, yeah, Denzel's finally gonna win one after all these honorable mentions. But then we didn't end up recording it until after Kendrick dropped, and I was like, great, he's not gonna win because Kendrick dropped. So yeah, for pre-Kendrick, I would definitely give it to Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. I think Denzel, definitely here. I liked his I don't know what to say, like his vibes here. I feel like we're saying vibes a lot in this episode, but like music is kind of a vibe thing though. So like that's what it is. I like that he starts with Walkin', one of my favorite songs off that. I like Troubles with T-Pain. Ain't No Way has a Black, Rico, JID on it. Good song as well. Sandro, pretty good. All in all, it's a really good album. A lot of people, I've heard people say it gives off like J. Cole vibes, which I don't know, kind of, I guess, but I don't really think so. And I know J. Cole, or not J. Cole, Denzel himself said that Melt My Eyes, See Your Future is very eerily similar to Mr. Moral and Big Steppers, but so maybe that's why I have these both as my options, because I like both of them. They kind of tell the same story, which is kind of true. So if you like Mr. Moral and Big Steppers, you might also like Melt My Eyes, See Your Future.
But you can definitely talk about Kendrick's album, since I talked about Tyler Creator's album. You can close it out.
I mean, you didn't get to talk though for 2022. Let's go ahead. I've already talked. I talked a lot here. Talked about my boy Denzel.
What more is there to say, to be honest? Like, I know I said that a lot, but like, we've been waiting for this album, and when someone told me he was making an album, I was like, alright, bet. I think we first got this news about like, how long ago did someone say like Kendrick was dropping an album? I feel like it was like a year ago.
Yeah, it was like a year ago, and it just never happened.
Okay. Yeah, it never happened. I was like, alright, play with my heart, why don't you? You know, we've been waiting for this album for many years now, and he does not disappoint. He doesn't miss.
No.
Kendrick is honestly the GOAT, and I think he will forever, like, he's solidified himself as the GOAT.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to too many albums of this year. I actually have a playlist of like things I actually want to listen to, and Denzel Curry is actually on that list. Cause I was like, I think it's about time I catch up with like what people are listening to nowadays and see what's going on in the game. But I had to listen to Kendrick. When Kendrick dropped, I dropped everything. I'm like, alright, I'm listening to this.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think I was actually listening to something else I think I was listening to this actually, because this came out relatively around the same time Kendrick dropped. So I was listening to this, and I think Corday dropped From a Bird's Eye View, which I was also listening to. And I was like, yeah, these are good. I'm gonna keep going back and forth listening to these. And Kendrick dropped. I was like, all right, I guess I'm done playing with you guys for a little bit. Gotta listen to Kendrick.
Living Brian, I'm the goat. All right, peace out.
Yeah, I guess since you didn't listen to much, I do have some honorable mentions for 2022. We got DS4 DS Forever from Gunna. I really like that album from Gunna as well. Let's see. Got Colors from Youngboy. I actually am a Youngboy fan, but I don't think that's one of his best albums. But because 2022 is only halfway done, he kind of has to get the nod right now. And like I said earlier, From a Bird's Eye View from Corday. Another great album from Corday. Only reason it can't win because I like these two albums just more than that.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely a big fan of Corday, and I think if you've never heard of Corday, you definitely should listen to him. He's really good. He's different from he's not different from all the rappers, but he gives off such a different tone and vibe from other rappers that you'll see like Denzel and Kanye, people like that. He's just he's more a smooth rapper and melodic.
Yeah.
Definitely think you should check out Corday if you never heard of him.
Interesting. I'm not gonna cap. When you said Coy, I misheard until you said Koi. I thought you were this nigga.
Coy Leray?
I know dang well, but no. It was for a split second. I was like, that's crazy.
No,
Overall,
never.
pretty good list.
Yeah.
You know, we have like I think we both said like we have like, a couple similarities here and there. But we had more than I thought we would have, to be honest.
Not really. I kind of feel like I was like, yeah, I kind of knew we would have like. Actually, I didn't expect Astroworld. I thought you were actually gonna put 21 Savages there, but
I almost did.
I knew 27. I knew Damn was a lock, and I knew what's it called? 2014 Forest Hills was a lock.
But there's certain years where our like differences definitely shine, like in 2013 and
2015. Don't forget that.
what? Yeah, 2015. Yeah, 2016.
We're not forgetting about 2015. It happened, Devin.
I don't know about that one, but yeah.
For sure, it was definitely interesting here. Do you have a? Because actually, my favorite album of all time was actually not in this list because my favorite of all time dropped before I was born. So, do you have a favorite album, a rap album of all time?
I don't know if I can, to be honest. There's so many good albums, and no, because like so many of my favorite songs are spread out between like different albums. I don't think I can have a favorite album.
All right. Well, I won't say what my favorite album is though, but I will say a bunch of. I can name some albums that came out before I was born that definitely could get shoutouts though. You got 2001 from Dre. Actually, surprisingly, did not jump out in the 2000s, according. So 2001 is a good album. The Chronic, also from Dr. Dre, is a good album. See, not Juicy. Ready to Die from Biggie, really good. Illmatic from Nas, really good. What's it called? The other Nas one that came out right after that, can't remember. But Tupac, what's his album called? All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me. Yeah, like you gotta think about it, my boy. All Eyes on Me.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Doggy Style. I'm pretty sure that came out in '98. I want to say.
It's one of those years.
Man, I gotta think. It Was Written. That's the Nas album I was thinking of. That one as well. Really good. And yeah, I think. Can't think of anyone else that I don't know if I'm missing anyone else. I think I've said most of them. You think of anyone else that was like before you were born, but they're definitely up there?
I mean, yeah, like you said, you already have like what you already said, Ready to Die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ready to Die is a classic. I really like The Chronic by Dr. Dre. I think I was what was this called? Doomsday or Operation Doomsday by MF Doom. Yeah, I'm an MF Doom fan. Like, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I love this nigga. I love this guy. But I don't think there's too much I could think of on top of my head. No.
Yeah, I think I feel like I'm missing one, like big one, but I just can't think of it right now. I got to. I think I said Equimini earlier in the episode, so I already said that one.
Mm-hmm.
Slim Shady LP, I think is that one's out. I
I guess
also
I was saying, I guess technically 2001.
I said 2001, yeah.
Yeah.
De La Soul is Dead from De La Soul, which I also like as well.
Mm.
See, I said Miseducation earlier, even though I don't really think that's a rap album. I call it more R&B, but yeah, I think for the most part, that's all the ones I can think of and that I listened to from before I was born, really. Obviously,
Nice.
NWA good though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Any
much
art?
all that's our list. Any
Yeah.
artists?
Yeah. Any artists you want to shout out that didn't make this list?
Nah, I think maybe YoungBoy. I guess somehow didn't make my list, but I actually do listen to YoungBoy a lot, so I guess maybe him.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think all the artists I listened to made the list somehow, one way or another. They were an honorable mention, like Denzel Curry. Every album he dropped was an honorable mention. But no, for the most part, I think everyone I listened to or like made the list one way or another. Is there anyone you have that didn't make the list?
Well, I was gonna shout out YBN, but I didn't know cause I listened to a lot of his early stuff. I haven't listened to any of his
Who?
newer stuff.
YBN's a group. So who in YBN?
Namir.
Oh, Namir. Okay.
Is it Namir? Is that how you pronounce it? Namir?
I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, him. Yeah, because
Yeah,
YBN's the group, and Cordays also was in that group. So like, you gotta
Mhm.
like specify which one.
Yeah, I'm Namir. When I hear YBN, I always like, I don't know, never mind. But yeah, I really like him. I listen to a lot of his early stuff. He wasn't gonna make the list ever, but
Yeah.
I really do like him. Anyone else I wanna?
Oh, okay. There's one more actually. Trippy Red. I don't know why.
Oh.
Because I think for me, it was hard for me to consider Trippy Red rap because he is, I guess, a rapper. But for me, it's him and Playboy Cardi are just not rap to me. It's like trap music, and I don't know. It's weird. That's why I didn't put him on the list anywhere. Although I love Trippy Red, one of my favorite artists. But I didn't put him on the list because I don't know like to consider him rap or not, even though he probably technically is. So I guess he can get a shout out for sure. And also like Ski Master Slump God.
Yeah, I've maybe sad I didn't put Lil Uzi on this list. I do really like Lil Uzi. I'm pretty sure like you don't really vibes him out too much, right?
I love Uzi. What do you mean?
There was
I gave
someone
Uzi
said-
a shout out on my
Yeah,
list.
Forget, never mind. There was someone I said, but I love Lil Uzi. Kind of sad I didn't give him a shout out or anything. But yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, everyone else I know, I gave a shout out properly to. Future, I guess, didn't get a shout out from anyone, but congrats, Future, on being an iconic person who drops good songs every now and then. But I think for the most part, I don't like Future's albums as a whole. It's more like songs he drops I just like. I don't think there's ever been an album from Future that I loved, but it's always songs from him I love.
Right.
So I guess he probably one of them, but for the most part, no, pretty good. Also, Kodak almost didn't get a shout out, but I gave him one. So
I'm like a cap. I completely forgot about Kodak. Wow.
Yeah. I used to love Kodak, so I was surprised you didn't give Kodak a shout out when was that 2017 with the Lil Big Pac?
Yeah, I completely blinked out my mind. I haven't listened to Kodak in a while. Like wow, you said his name and I got a flash. I was like, I am dumb. I forgot to shout out Kodak. Man. But yeah.
It is
He's
what it
definitely
is.
another one I wish I gave a shout out to.
For sure. Well, hopefully in this episode we'll have a straw poll down below if you want to vote for whose taste you liked more or you agreed more with. Let us know what you think. We'll definitely go over those. Probably go over those in an episode maybe. Just see. I think the poll will probably last about a month. Just give us that. You know, you can follow us on Spotify, Anchor. Obviously, subscribe to us on YouTube. Like, comment, share, and whatnot. And anything else you'd like to say, Devin, before we leave?
No, just vote. Don't forget 2015 existed and just vote.
Yeah, no, don't forget 2015 existed and vote. Remember, Devin said To Pimp a Butterfly was mid.